So we have another great guest coming, right, you guys? We're so
Yes, we
excited.
do. Yes, we have.
I'm excited. He's got another late night comedy show. We've got a great host and a great host and a great comedian in his own right. Also coming off of his Boston Comedy Festival set today. I think he made semifinals as well. But he'll tell us more. What else? What else we got on him, you guys? What else we know about him?
He's funny.
He does.
A comedian?
He does
Yes.
a metal character.
Yes.
Metal character named Urban.
A metal character. Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah.
and he used to work with pit bosses.
So coming to the stage, we have one a 2020 Boston Comedy Festival selection and semifinalist. We have an amazing comic podcaster. Another night, another late night show. Let's welcome to the broadcast, Mike Perkins.
Yay.
Mike.
Oh, he's a circle. He's darkness. He's there.
Woo. Mike, you look exactly like your Instagram right now. There you are. You look exactly like your Instagram. Like just your head tilt and everything is exactly the frame of your Instagram. You are.
I try to stay on brand. You know what I mean? It's all about. My agent tells me to change my headshots all the time. But I'm like, I look the same. Can I just say 500?
No matter.
You know what I mean? Can we do that? I gotta say that whole interview with Suze, I was eating chips. And these are organic. I don't know. They're hard.
They are organic.
And so was I. Very good for you on the organic. Very good.
I was drinking beer.
Mine are gluten free. They are corn chips, but they are gluten free.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yes.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Hanging out with us.
So, what is your favorite type of chip?
See, that's what it's all about. I'm Doritos kind of guy, you know, but I ate to them during quarantine, and that's why I'm glad we're waist up right now, you know.
Yes. I'm a Doritos guy too. You Cool Ranching it?
Am I on right? Okay.
Yeah, you are. You're chopping up a little bit though, Mike.
I like Cool Ranch. I'm a spicy nacho kind of guy. I am StreamYard, I swear. You were talking. My phone. If you see me in the back, and I was in the back room, I guess was it the backstage. I kept my internet every 5 seconds, so I have it like hooked up. Like I'm like I don't know. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. And just every once in a while it gets a jump, but let's keep going.
Okay.
Let's see what happens here. We're gonna get some spontaneity here, and then we're gonna go. What?
I'm gonna blame Spectrum. I'm gonna blame Spectrum on this one.
Blame them, and they are to blame. Now, Mike, let's just jump right in. How did you get into comedy? Like, how long have you been doing stand-up?
He's counting.
So I've been doing it. Do we count 2020? Does it count as a year? I've been doing it almost 7 years. I did my first I did my first open mic back in like 2010.
Okay.
And then I didn't do it. I just tried that video for like 2 years and was like, I fucking did it. Check it out. You know. That's how I got my dates back in Jersey. You know, they're like, you're so funny for that 5 minutes you did. You know?
Hey, come back to my place and I'll show you another funny 5 minutes.
Oh my.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How long were you in before, give or take? And then how long before you came are you in LA or are you still in Jersey?
No, so I live in LA. I've been out here for 6 years.
Oh, okay. So you came
no,
pretty okay.
No, almost 7 now because I started doing comedy. Like I did some open mics where I moved from Jersey to LA. And then I've been here 7 years. So kind of 7 year, the 7 year itch, if you will.
If you will.
In the comedy game.
So that usually means you're looking for somewhere else.
I can't hear anybody.
Oh no.
I can't hear. I hear like a little bit. I'm like, this is like how I used to talk with my ex because she didn't listen to me at all.
Oh,
Well, don't worry.
Okay,
If you need some headshots, we're getting some great face freezes every now and then. We can send to your manager.
yeah, if you need those. Tell us about your another late night talk show. I can't talk. Tell us about your podcast. Or is it a show or is it a podcast? Tell us.
it's okay. It's all coming to pieces to me anyway, so you guys can say whatever you want. It's just gonna come to me. I feel like this is how. All right. Yeah. So another late show tonight. It was kind of. I've been producing shows for about 5 years. I guess I used to produce shows at Flappers, in this place called the Clubhouse. I do improv too. I graduated from UCB. And so I thought of this idea, and I just wanted my own talk show. So another late show tonight is like it's named after like every other talk show because it's just another late show tonight. So like the Tonight Show, the Late Show, everything. And yeah, we have like characters come on, and I do a monologue up top. And then so everything. I know we just have we show videos, we do sketches. It's a big like spectacle every month that we do, and it kind of made me. I always want to be like a host, like a late show host and stuff, and kind of be a monologue writer. So push it every month and do that. So
very nice. I'm currently a student at UCB, so I feel you. So you went through the whole program. Great place. I'm putting it in the chat so everybody knows how to find you. Another late night show. Another late night talk show.
Yes.
Talk show. Okay, here we go.
You also find it by looking up Mike Perkins. So you look up Mike Perkins comedy, and it's right there.
And so we have all the social media. Speaking of which, right here at the bottom. So Instagram. So you have the website, Instagram, and Facebook. There it is. Quick question. So do you have like a staff of writers that you work with, like kind of a posse that you roll with, or do you? Okay, tell us how you built your posse. Tell us how you built your writers room.
A really good comedian. So it started with. We've been doing it for about 1.5 years now. So what it was just me and my buddy Paul Brodo in the beginning. And he's like my Higgins. So like he kind of like does like sound effects on the side and kind of like does the intro videos and stuff with me. And we grew up together. We've been friends for like 17 years, like that. You know what I mean? Not to say my age, I'm 22. So I'm just kidding. I'm not. Just turned 34. Feeling it. But I'm eating organic. You know what I mean? Eating organic.
Yeah, that takes years off.
But so we started with that, and it kind of like took the way the show took it, like went to the next level was we were doing it at this place called LA Connection. And cool, we had a special guest, we were doing the characters and all that. But my really like some of my best friends, the show with Adam and Sean, they I don't know if you ever heard them, they're musical comedians, they're amazing. They're like it's an HD, you know.
Okay.
And they run a place called Loft Ensemble, and we moved the show over to there, and they became the house band. So that house band, when comedians come up, then they're just like, give it up for, like Stephen Owen, or whatever. So it's like a whole spectacle now, it really took this show to a whole nother level.
Nice.
And as for writing monologue jokes, I kind of just come up with them once a month myself. Really amazing comedian Mandy Martino. She's a great writer too. She always throws me joke ideas, and I use them on the show. She's been a bunch of characters on the show. She's actually Raven when I do Carbon and Raven. So
you're a heavy metal characters, yeah.
So because you spent time, so you're a comic, but you also spent time booking comics at Flappers. Like, what would you say to support comedians like who are starting out and want to get on the road? What do you say? To them.
Like when I do road gigs, you mean?
No, like, well, we want to hear that part too. Well, I was just saying that since you were a booker, which meant that you booked.
What would I
say
to
to
comics?
Or what were or
Yeah.
any tips that you might have?
Yeah, starting out and trying to get booked at Flappers or anywhere.
How do we get gigs, yo?
Oh, gotcha. Oh, I mean, I was the booker. I mean, I booked my own shows. I was also the booker. I was the you're on it, baby. But I can't hear anyone. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I've been there. I've been where you are. I've been where you are.
I'm like so like out of my element right now because I'm like I can see myself freezing on the screen. And I'm just like, what is like? It's just like this is like, oh Jesus.
It does. But, I was in a situation like this. They were like, keep going. Sorry.
We were just asking if you had any tips or advice.
Kind of crack up every time. I kind of can't hear anybody.
Sorry. We were just asking if you had any advice or tips for people.
I mean, you should have a good get better Wi-Fi is my first advice for everyone. But my iPhone 10 isn't connecting good to stream. So like, if you have good Wi-Fi, you're gonna get booked no matter what. Basically. So like, you're like, hey, I'm a comedian from originally from Boston. I have great Wi-Fi, and I'll be like, what do you have, Spectrum? And they're like, no, I have AT&T Uverse, and I'm like, you're booked, baby. I'll say that. But for the booking, yeah, I mean, it's real. Like I was the booker at Flappers for a couple months also, a couple years ago, and it's weird. Like I always wondered, like, man, no one's getting back to me, or like, why am I not getting booked or whatever? And it's like, it's because when you're booking a show, you have so many people in your mind that the people that are close to you, you're obviously going to book them, or the people that are kind of like reaching out. It's better to reach out. Like they keep saying, like, be the squeaky wheel, of it all. Because like, I mean, when I was at Flappers, there was 4,000 comedians in the database, so it's like, you're not going to remember every person, but like, like Lindsay, if you come up to me and I'm going to be like, oh shit, Lindsay, I've seen you forever. Let me give you a spot, or whatever. Like it's more of like those kind of things, like get out there. And I always love, like, if I want to be on a show, I go to that show first and I support it, introduce myself to that person. Because that's what we love, is to support each other. I'm a very firm believer behind that in comedy. I don't think a lot of people do it. I think you have to support each other. And also, if you could support me in getting me new Wi-Fi, that'd be great too.
We will start a GoFundMe.
Yes.
Help MPs download speed.
Thank you. Or just I'm gonna contact Spectrum tomorrow and be like, listen, you ruined my career.
I was on a show with 10 viewers and none of them could hear me. No. What? I'm just doing a self burn. Everyone's quiet now. Damn. All right.
So, Mike, where do your characters come from? How do you develop your characters? Like, I was watching your dashboard confessions and the metal characters. Where did they come from, for example?
Oh,
it's happening.
Thank you. I was so Mandy, you want to come out here real quick? What was so amazing was that Chris Cabrera from Dashboard Confessional actually said that he loved it. Here's Raven right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Hello.
This reception is horrible.
Mike, are you?
It's more of a
Mike. Quick question for you. Let me interrupt you.
It's more of just like a.
Yeah. I was trying to see.
Yeah.
No. I was trying to. No. And it's always delayed. I apologize. Are you by chance on? Are you on Safari on your phone?
I'm on my phone. Yeah, I'm on Safari right now on my phone.
Okay, and so Safari and StreamYard are not compatible. Like it's not your Wi-Fi. It's the compatibility of Safari and StreamYard that's got you hung up. And so if you like, I'm just trying to be. Because this is a great interview, and we want it to be great, and we don't want Safari.
Can I ask you this question?
Yes.
How do you delete an email that you sent to an hour
ago?
How do you delete an email
Just
that you sent where? Oh. Oh.
By sending a big enough
bad joke. I'm glad.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So I was just gonna say, if you two things you can try. If you if you have the Chrome browser on your phone, then try to see if you can come back with, if you want to do this. This is an option. It's an option. Come in through Chrome on your phone, because all of the trouble you're having is Safari. It is not Spectrum. It's Safari.
ET Chrome phone.
And so Chrome is the browser. So if you
Chrome on your phone,
yes.
ET Chrome phone.
Yes,
let me try to do that. Actually, here I'll do it on my.
Or if do you have another device you want to try it on?
Could you take Chrome home?
Yeah, there's definitely a delay.
I'll download Google Chrome on that.
Right, and then if you come in through Chrome, I promise you we will make up for lost time because it'll be better.
Oh yeah, baby.
Google Chrome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
that's right. ET phone.
Because you have some of the greatest hair, and we want people to see that great hair that you have.
I'm
Stefan, did you
right now?
Okay, all right. You're welcome. You're welcome. I can hear that. It's so funny, the delay. Like, are you like? Did you? Okay. And speaking of which, have you guys seen that it's in the news that George Clooney does his hair with a oh my God, what was it? Like it's this weird thing he does. Say that again.
Butter.
No, no. It's a George. Let me see. It was in my Google feed for a couple of days. I don't know why. And his hair. It's a flow bee. It's like the
vacuum.
Yes. Yes, he does his hair with a flow bee.
How does he do it so straight when he's a bobblehead?
Right. But anyway, they actually, so now there's been video up showing him, because he does not, like when he's on set, he does his own hair himself. Like when he's in movies, he does his hair with a flow bee, and they have footage of him using the flow bee and on when he's working on films and stuff. So I guess we'll just, we're trusting that Mike, I think Mike's gonna have the best
hair.
I guess so. Like I don't know what it is. Like when I saw the picture. Thank you, Sue. Sue's still in here. Thank you, Sue. She said the flow bee. Let's see. And all right.
How you doing, Mike?
That's kind of like Wayne's World. In Wayne's World, Wayne goes over Garth, and he they have a thing called the suck cut. He's all, boy, it really does suck and cut.
So, Mike, you look crisper. How are we doing?
I feel crisper. Let me just tell you.
Okay.
I downloaded I downloaded Google Chrome on my iPad, but it's saying to go to Safari.
Basically, that's how it gets away with saying "fuck you, buddy."
So what did you do? Because I think you're clear. Like, are you on the phone or what are you on now?
No,
it was for a second.
Okay. It seemed like you were coming in faster, man.
Yeah.
It's better. Somehow it's better. It's better.
Is somebody gaming?
Is it
in your house?
Okay. It's like comedy. It's like you start out, you're horrible, and then you come back in.
Yeah.
Can you see my hair though? You want to see my hair?
I shouldn't have done all those tsunami jokes at the end.
Is it Chrome or Safari?
Chrome or Safari?
No, I'm still on Safari right now.
Okay.
You want me to try to phone?
Yeah, I think Chrome would really make it.
Yeah, like, but
every one of my stand-up sets go. Also, I just wanted to.
Oh no. I was thinking that if you were on your phone and you You got
let me try that.
Okay. So what's that?
Ready?
That's called portrait mode.
Still,
no.
Copy.
Oh no! And now you got some robot voice thing going on, and we think you sound like Stephen Hawking suddenly.
I am Optimus Prime.
I'm only going to be able to do that reference for a while. People are like, "How did that guy sound?"
Oh, you mean the hi everybody?
I'm going to unveil the secrets of the universe. Hey, by the way, Stefan, did you know that Conan used Google Chrome? Oh,
is Arnold
really
aware
nerdy.
of this, though? Is Arnold
Really
aware of this?
nerdy humor.
Is Arnold aware of this? That's what
I don't know.
Crom.
Okay, well, let's. Okay. So, because we're having technical difficulties, I've actually started speeches like this in the bedroom.
Oh Lord, honey, we're having technical difficulties.
I'm wondering, Dana, do you think while we're waiting to see if we could reconnect, would we like to go into what you were going to do, or should we go into the conversation?
We definitely I just want to keep so yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about this a little bit, you guys. As we wait for Mike to come on back, and so we got some stuff. Oh, there's Mike. There's Mike.
Oh, we got Mike.
We don't
got Mike. No. Back into the Starlock pit.
Oh wait.
What
did he say?
I'm still on Safari.
Oh,
Safari. Is it better?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, maybe. Let's see. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, there's still a delay, but it seems a little better. It doesn't seem like you're as stilted.
Delay test. When you hear this, say banana.
Banana.
Yay! Wow, that's like 4 seconds.
I downloaded.
That's another planet.
I downloaded. 4 second delay. Should I go to Google Chrome, my phone? I download on my phone too.
Yes.
You want me to do that?
Try Google Chrome. Yes. And we're still slotty. You're our winner. So yes, go to Google Chrome. Like go out and come through Chrome. I feel like the tech teacher. That's what I feel.
I work software test, but that just means I know how to test certain types of software. I don't know how to fix all your browser problems. Sorry, everyone.
I'm just saying, like with Susan, very surgical to get her sound better, and I think these processes are all very surgical. Like just do this. Did you see that? Now do this. Do that. Now do this. Well, I was let's see. I think it's honestly more exciting to see if Mike's going to make it more so than our topic.
Lauren said, "LOL, Dana."
I love that. I love Lauren. First of all, I cannot wait to listen all over. Well, what we can talk about, even though I have all these people and these ideas, the new stay-at-home orders. Like I'm just learning. Like I bought me and my son's tickets to travel like the week before Thanksgiving, before the new orders. And apparently we are going to have to get tested before we
can travel.
We can not before we can go, but before we can come back.
Yeah, I've seen what they did in a video. They bring you to this gate where there's thousands of people lined up, and they slowly check everyone's eyes. And if they see the wrong thing, they shoot you on sight. But you have like this 80% chance of getting through.
What movie are we referencing here?
I was going to say,
Is this Total Recall?
Like, I guess someone would argue that maybe I shouldn't have bought tickets, but I just, I didn't.
Oh, we didn't know there was another one coming. Not 100% anyway.
Yeah.
Well, there was never really an end to the first wave. Like it's kind of like a wave that did this and then went, no fuckers, I'm not done.
Right. It kind of, it had its own. I don't know what to make of it all. It's exhausting at this point, just trying to keep up with whatever we need to keep up with, to be honest.
Oh yeah, people just should have just wore the goddamn mask.
And we I mean, we didn't we didn't travel for Thanksgiving because I don't really like. I'm not driving much, but it's kind of annoying because I just feel like at this point, I've been somebody on the side of masking, staying at home, limiting. I've been on the side of all of that, and I'm like, let us mask up for Christmas. All right, this is the exciting.
I usually mask up for Christmas, guys, so my neighbor.
Wait, hold on. Are you in Chrome?
Google. No, Google.
She was telling me to hold on.
I love that.
No, yeah, okay, no. Are you in Chrome?
Like,
no, it wouldn't let me do it on my phone.
Oh.
It kept saying open Safari.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got it. So it's
I can hear you guys good right now.
Okay. All right, we can hear you good right now. It doesn't seem like there's...
Yeah.
I don't think we're in a big delay either. Say banana.
Yeah, I think it's a little better than before.
Yes.
Banana.
Say banana. Yes.
That works quicker.
There and we have gold.
Banana.
You know what?
Everybody loves a quick banana. A real quick banana when you're hungry. I wasn't talking about nothing else.
Call back to what Susan was talking about. I'm definitely going to stress eat after this interview.
You're gonna what?
He's gonna stress.
She's gonna stress eat.
Okay, more chips.
Those Oreos don't stand a chance.
More chips. It is organic. They are organic.
Yeah.
But no, I apologize for the StreamYard messing up with me. But Raven is here. You can see Raven.
You actually gave me an idea. I'm going to open a restaurant. We're going to say we have organic chili cheese fries. They're way better for you.
And Sue says, "Don't do it, Mike. She'll talk you off the ledge.
Put the Oreos down."
To go back to what I was saying 20 minutes ago, yeah, just be yourself too when you're be like nice to people. I think too when you're booking stuff. I know a lot of people. I don't like when I book someone. I mean, it's different. Like I booked this one female comic before, and then I don't want to say names, but like she came to my show and then like she wanted to go up right away because she had a spot like at the Improv and stuff, and I'm like, I mean, it is a thing, but if you had that much of a big thing, don't like do my show then. You know what I mean? Give the spot to somebody else.
Right.
Yeah. You don't like to say names, but you could have said, "Damn it, Kathy Griffin."
You know what I mean? And you meet people. Dana, I just seen you at. Dana, Kathy, I booked Kathy Griffin one time, and you didn't do my show. But Dana, I just seen you at the New York Underground. I was at that show last night with Victor.
Oh.
I was watching, and you were great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Thank you. Thing too, like if you're looking to do shows, I mean, support other people, and then you meet people that are awesome, and it's so weird that now we're doing this show together. Right.
Well, and here's the thing, man. We have been like, so this brings me to another question I wanted to ask you anyway. As someone who was doing comedy and live shows like before the pandemic, like has Zoom been a big adjustment for you? Because I'll say this before you answer. Like Lindsay and Stefan and Dan, like they can all tell you, a lot of us, like they all had whatever going before pandemic. I think Stefan and I are pretty much in the same boat. We kind of kicked off our careers maybe in the fall, but we kicked off doing shows in the pandemic. So I did get the chance to finally do a in-person live show back in November. But all of my work right now has been on Zoom, and we have had to figure out, like, it's easy for us to support one another. So we have all been going to each other's shows on Zoom because we're all stuck in the house. Has Zoom been a big transition for you as someone who was, doing the work in the streets before this?
Yeah. I think too, as like an up and coming, you guys are up and coming comedians. I think that's great to find a support group. You know what I mean? Me and Mandy have been close for, years now. We just always refer each other to, other shows and stuff. And it's great to have people, surround yourself with people that have the same mindset as you, and support each other and like build each other up. Like, I mean, if it wasn't for Mandy, I wouldn't have started hanging out at the concert on Mondays. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that, like to be like, you have that partner in crime, you know?
Right.
And it's great. I mean, what's kind of like amazing about the future of it all is like, I start seeing like, I've been doing it 7 years now. I have so many friends that are like headlining and like getting TV shows and like all this stuff. And it's incredible. Like, you don't want to find yourself getting bitter. Like, well, not me. It's more like, holy shit, like we're all doing this together. You know what I mean?
Right.
And when you first start out, find people that you connect to and stay with them. It's a journey for all of us, you know?
Right.
Connect with them stronger than my Wi-Fi, you know? That's what I'm saying.
We're definitely hard in the paint as Zoom comics, because I feel like we are, you know, I think a lot of us are feeling, I can't say everybody, but I know I feel the weight of wanting to prove myself when I'm able to get to a mic, you know, like this is one level. And then when I did do the live show, I was just like, I mean, it went well, but kind of, I feel like I'm coming off of like a bicycle with training wheels, trying to make sure I can hold it down on a bike, you know, just without the training wheels or whatever. But this is all a blessing.
I remember those days. I wish Dad removed the basket and the little frilly things.
Yeah,
everyone could tell.
Oh, you had a girl bike?
With your show, what are the big things that you've had to do different doing it through?
Because I just. Sorry, cut it. As usual. What did you say?
I'm trying. I felt so bad. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm stepping on him. I'm horrible at this." And what are the differences between like doing your show pre-pandemic as opposed to what you have to do with your show now? Or was it always like a podcast, or was it?
Oh no, it was a live show. That was the whole spectacle of it. You know, we just because of the pandemic, we just all four of us, me, Paul, Adam, and Sean, we decided to make it not make it. We do the live show on Zoom every month now too.
Okay.
But we decided to do a podcast also, just all four of us hanging out talking. You know, because we want another outlet to kind of. The people that do our live show, we want to bring them as a guest and get deeper into them in the podcast, you know, because when you're on the show, like I have stand-ups, they do 7 minutes, and then we'll interview for the same amount of time, like 7 minutes. But with the podcast, it's, you know, we can talk for an hour, you know, about like, you know, what's the best chip and like everything else, you know, and whatever, you know.
Do those super long soap commercials on YouTube piss you off also?
Show, and then once if they're all like, well, it depends on the commercial. I guess.
Damn soap.
Am I frozen again? I'm so sorry.
You were for a few seconds.
I hate myself right now.
No, don't hate yourself. But keep telling us you were saying.
My brother told me to get a Samsung Galaxy.
Samsung Galaxy.
Someone have a dog?
Was that dog? Where's that dog coming from? Because it sounds like it's that dog's
really hungry.
Or it's got a nice toy.
Or something else.
See, now my dog's crying, and that's not the stream either. Let's go play with Mandy. So, I forgot. I don't know what I was saying. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, you were explaining.
My joke was that I should have got a Samsung Galaxy, like my brother said.
Before that, though, you were explaining about 7 minutes with the set and talking with your folks, and on the podcast, you were telling us a little bit more about the podcast and its birth. Before we went to another conversation.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, basically what we do, like, we have this comedian. They do 7 minutes, and then I interview them for 7 minutes on the couch. So like the comic gets the couch, which is like the big thing of like the Carson days. And I get to interview them and talk to them for a while. And we kind of do bits and whatnot. And then we have musical guests too. So I'll have a musical guest that's not even sometimes comedy related. They're just they're just amazing musicians. That wasn't a cutout. That was me messing up the word musicians. But so then like they'll do, like, I had my buddy Ben Rawls do the show one time, and he's an incredible acoustic guitarist, and just like it's just that I love pumping up other people are incredible too. So it's like I want to have them on the show and get to know them, and then kind of just have fun with it.
That's awesome. So you guys, for everybody that's in the chat, we can. So on which platform, Mike, can they hear the podcast, and on which platform can they hear the show?
So we do the live show every month on Zoom, but I post all full shows on my YouTube. So if you go to Mike Perkins Comedy on YouTube, you can check out all the past shows we've done the past year or so, like even more than that. That was that far back. The podcast is everything. It's just called Another Podcast Tonight, or just type in Mike Perkins and it'll pop up.
Okay. Give us that YouTube channel again.
Check that out.
I think you said Mike Perkins Comedy
Productions.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you could just type in Mike Perkins Comedy.
Okay.
I put it in the comments.
Oh, okay. And I was trying to do it too. Okay. You guys, if us as panelists count the 4 seconds, we know the answer's coming. I was saying that seriously because we all keep stepping over each other. So I'm thinking I'm trying to help us not step on each other.
Mike, how is the diet in the space station?
Oh no.
It's been going a little better. I mean, the beginning of the pandemic, I was like eating I was making pizzas every night. You know what I mean? I'm an Italian guy. I'm just making pizzas and eating pasta, like out the crazy amount of it.
Well, of course.
So, but no, it's been going good. I mean, Suzanne's huh?
Oh, I said, of course, we have to eat lots of pizza during pandemic.
Yes, pizza is delicious.
You guys, like, so if we don't say anything while he's talking, then it won't cut up what he's saying. Because if we zing while he's talking, then it won't work. Because then he'll come back in it. So let's try to hold the zings until we hear the silence. Let's do that, you guys. That way,
I'm trying.
I know. So keep trying. Try harder. Spanx. Use the Spanx right now. Because then it's just going to cut up.
This is incredible. It does feel like I'm in the space station right now.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. I used to think space wasn't real, but it is. I'm here.
Oh no, 4 seconds. They're going to cancel us.
Right, I know everybody thinks like that. I know we're already at 10. We just had a couple more questions if you're here for it. So good question from Stacy, who was so generous as to bring us all together. What are your thoughts like on self-deprecating humor? Like, do you encourage it, like, or not?
I feel like if you're talking about yourself, I mean, you can make fun of yourself in dating and make fun of yourself and other stuff. But like, I personally hate when comedians go up and be like, "I'm so poor, I don't have no money," or whatever. It's like, we don't want to hear that. Tell us about the rest of your life. You know what I mean? You don't have to be self-deprecating in that way. Like. But it depends on the material too. If it's a funny joke, it's a funny joke. But if you're just being like, oh man, I don't know, anything that's like really self-deprecating that makes the audience feel bad they should feel bad for you in a funny way. They shouldn't feel bad for you like they got to give you $2 at the end of the show. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like they don't, they don't want to do that. Or like you're be like, yeah, it looks like I'm eating ramen noodles tonight, but you're like serious about it and like depressed about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I don't know. I'm a very positive comedian. So like for me, I was kind of I mean, you just want to have fun up there. I mean, if you're self-deprecating in a fun way, do it, but don't like just be so hard on yourself, funny, and then like you're making the people up front feel bad for you. You know what I mean?
Right. So, because I know we have to start wrapping up, but I do have a question for you. How important do you think, like, the study of comedy and the study of joke structure is to a comic's success?
I don't frown upon any type of class that you want to take. I think if you really want to do this, kind of like just be consistent and stick with it for the long run are the ones that are going to be successful. And it's the same thing as like actors, how they have acting workshops, like start a writer's room with your friend. I was saying me and Mandy write together, it's just like, it's kind of a thing where, just kind of, you can always better yourself. So why not take a class? I took like 3 classes this pandemic because why not? I'm doing nothing. I want to better myself, and you learn something. You learn something from every single class. I could learn something from someone that's a year in that I didn't even think of because like we were helping them get through that. And I'm like, you know what? I got to fix myself on that too. And it's always good to better yourself. Just do it. Like I'm all for taking classes and workshops and stuff. I mean, don't get sucked into like there's different ones though. You know what I mean? Don't get sucked into one that like it's like 2 months long and then like it's a showcase, but you have to like I don't know. I think take everything, but don't get like too wrapped in. Don't some guy like just one person like $100 a month. You know what I mean, or something. You know what I mean? Make it work. Make it work for you. I think Flappers is incredible. Flappers is one of the most, I mean, every one of their classes are great, and it's run by a guy, Paul Moonjean. I started with him in comedy, and now he's the dean of the university, which is amazing. And I think, they're incredible with that, and they care about the people. If you take a class and you feel like the teacher is just there for the money, still take the class, you might learn something, but then don't go back to it,
Right. Well, no, thank you for that. Like, and to everybody who either will listen on demand, that's great advice. Because all of us in here are either in class or like right now, I'm in Sketch 201 online with UCB. I'm getting ready to do a level 1 with Flappers. I did, we're all the same. I mean, I like you. I think I've done 3 or 4 courses either on comedy or acting during pandemic. And I think everybody, Lindsay, what has your self-improvement regimen been like during?
I've taken so many classes, I feel like I'm back in school. Like I go to workshops constantly. And I totally agree with Mike that, just try everything, get in there. Because when you find the thing that works for you, it will really work. And I do a lot of classes where, they were kind of good or whatever. But when you find that thing that really works, that's the person that you should stay studying with. And that whatever else you do and experiment, like I have like 2 teachers that I come back to constantly for everything. But I'll always be trying something new, but like you have that kind of base, I think it's really helpful.
Dan, Stefan, I know you guys both talk a lot about being in Bobby's classes, but I know, Stefan, you've been in a couple of classes. You've done maybe two. Like I've heard you talk about you. Well, we went to your showcase. Tell us a little bit about your self-improvement.
Well, through the pandemic, yeah, I took Bobby's class 2 more times for Dow, Dow comedy, and then I did Leslie Wolf's class where I met Stacy, and that was really good. And then I also took Jerry Corley's class one time, and I got to study under Joe Dungan, and Jerry took over one class, and I learned a lot. It was really fun, and I'm gonna do Flappers with Paul. And I'm gonna do. I know there's somebody else I'm interested in taking as well. I just want to build my Batman tool belt. My utility belt.
All right, and Dan, what about you? What's your self-improvement regimen in terms of comedy? Just in terms of comedy,
I think too.
Oh well, my self-improvement regimen. I've been sitting in a shed naked, listening to tapes of Norm Macdonald.
Got it. Mike, you were saying.
Oh Lord.
You have to be naked in the shed.
I do want to say one thing though, which is if you're just starting off in comedy, I think it's really valuable to just do it for a little while before you put yourself under somebody's teaching. Like Mike was saying, there's a lot of people out there that are, that you won't necessarily gel with, that have a different attitude. And when you're new, you can just listen to things too carefully. So like I did comedy for a year before taking a single class. I was doing shows and doing open mics and stuff. I looking back, I wouldn't have done it that long. I would have done it for maybe like a month or two. But I think it's valuable to kind of know your own voice a little before you start listening to someone else's. There's some typing going on.
Right. Mike, you're frozen, but you were about to say something a little while ago.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna
No, I think that's the sound.
I think that I think improv is a huge thing. I know, like sometimes.
Yeah.
I was just counting to do the 4-second thing. I think that improv is huge. I know sometimes people go against they're like, oh, fucking improv, and improv people are like, oh my god, stand up, But I really think that improv can help your stand up immensely because it makes you live in the moment. Like when your Wi-Fi is really bad, you just have to like live in the moment with all of it, and just like keep rolling with the punches of it. What else was I gonna say? And like also what Lindsay was saying too is you guys are in a position now, since you're just doing Zoom shows, like that's great practice to get your jokes down, which you should be writing on. I should take that advice myself. We can all write more. Everyone can write more, but it is really about getting on stage as much as you can. When the world opens back up, do all shows you can. Don't ever turn a show down. I mean, obviously, like money, if you have to work and you're like get your rent, don't like call out of work for like a 5-minute bar show spot. You know what I mean? But if like me, like I'm usually in a normal setting. I'm usually off Monday through Thursday, so I'll pick that with shows. You know what I mean? Whenever I can, like if I'm free, I'll do it. So and because it's experience, and then also I think one thing too is like make open mics work for you. Because I hosted the Flappers open mic for about 2 years, and I maybe got like, I don't know, I got material from it, but what I built from that was relationships with other comedians that I still know to this day, and that are running shows or doing stuff. Like I said, now they're headlining or whatever. You know what I mean? You meet people in those sense of ways. Did we lost Dan?
He'll be right back.
He'll be right back.
I wonder if it was his Wi-Fi. Am I the only one?
That's a great point about the open mics because,
But,
yeah. Oh, that was a great point about the open mics. I mean, there are open mics every night at Flappers. There's a great resource I think it's called the Comedy Bureau.
Yep.
Is that what it's called? Yeah, amazing website. They list like so many open mics. Basically, if it's 4 p.m. and you want to go do comedy on a Tuesday, like they will find something. There's something listed there that you can hop into in some time zone. Really, really helpful resource. I think. Have they maintained it with the quarantine? Is it still going?
Yeah, as far as I know, it's still.
Yeah, it's still going.
Yeah, it's still active, and people still refer to it.
Comedy Bureau.
Yeah, it's
Comedy
still
Bureau
going.
Website.
You can find a lot of NYC open mics and a lot of things you normally wouldn't find, in standard channels. There's a lot of stuff on there.
And also, the pandemic has given rise to everybody with a Zoom account hosting a mic. Like I think the Comedy Bureau is obviously stand up, no pun intended. It's awesome, but I think that you could probably just in our own friendship circles, like off the top, like I know Dow does the mic on Monday and Tuesday. I know of 2 different mics on a Tuesday. I just learned of a Wednesday. I think a Wednesday mic, Jan Martell, Lisa Landers on Friday. Like there's a lot of people in as you talk about, Mike, the very powerful point of building a circle, of building a community. Even in our own community, what Zoom and the pandemic has given rise to is a lot of people are hosting mics on Zoom because all it takes is buying a slotted and telling people sign up and let's do it. And so even, you just made me think, as I roll through my mind, I can think of on the last few mics I've been on, just about everybody on there, somebody on every mic is also hosting a mic. So there are mics Monday through Thursday and Monday through Friday, like not only Flappers, but just along, just a lot of great people just doing stuff. And from Miami to California. Yeah. So Mike, we were just glad to have you. So this is what we're planning. We're planning a part 2. We're planning on you having Chrome on another device that will allow you Chrome. And we're planning on having you back. That's what we're planning. What are you planning?
I would love. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, Safari. I'm actually going to write. I'm going to forward that email I sent to Spectrum and forward it right to Apple. So,
right.
Because I already wrote it out, so might as well.
Yes.
But
nail the
joke
true
didn't hit
culprit.
even before I did it the last time. I don't know why I said it again. But yeah, I think the most important thing is stay productive. In the pandemic as much as you can, but also like take a break once in a while. You know what I mean? Like it's fine. Like it's fine to. I know people are like, you gotta fucking grind, bro. Gotta keep grinding. But it's really just like take the time to reflect. Like had an amazing show at the Boston Comedy Festival, I felt like that's a little boost from me. You know what I mean? And and it's just like I'm gonna reflect on that and just keep doing what everyone's doing, just stay with it. Don't let anyone be like, don't let anyone tell you that like something is like, oh, I'm not gonna do that, I'm not gonna do this, you know what I mean? Like just do what makes you happy and try to be better at it. You know what I mean? If people are like, fucking classes, you kidding me? I'll never take a class. And then they go up and saying like, I'm so poor, I fucking jerk off in my bathroom. You know what I mean? It's like that guy needs a fucking class. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, all that did all that joke go through? It was a weird time to say that.
It was so
kind of skipping.
What we're gonna do is Mike tell us. All right, so. It went through, Mike. It went through. I'm not counting 4 seconds. Mike, tell us where we can see you next. Like I think I saw where you're semifinal bound on Boston. So tell us where we can see you next. Tell us your next show.
So I just did the semifinals tonight.
Oh, okay.
I didn't make it to the next round. As I said, don't take that as a failure. Take that as holy shit, I'm a semifinalist in the Boston Comedy Festival, which is a huge credit on my resume. You know, take it as that. There was industry in the room, so like who knows, one of them will reach out to me or they see me again, and I met some amazing people, and that's what it's all about, you know. You can see my next talk show is on December 22nd at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, because we want to cater to 9:30 for the East Coast. And you can check them all out. The full shows on YouTube also. If you go to Mike Perkins Comedy, and the channel is Perk Productions. Also follow Mandy Martino at Mandy Martino for being amazing. And yeah, she's back there, Raven. There she is. There's Raven.
Hi.
Hi.